What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. This is our weekly PSA update on their output for the week. Another massive week by PSA. Before we get into that, if you have not already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that good stuff. If this is your first time watching one of my PSA update videos, I highly recommend that you go back. I'll link it up at the top. I'll link it in the description, and watch the very first video where I go into depth on the actual sheet itself. Go over some of the assumptions, go over some of the logic behind the sheet itself, and so on and so forth. So, also, before we get started, I want to invite you guys to follow me on Instagram at Retro Hoop Breaks. Also, follow Collect 3D Prints. Check them out, www.collect3dprints.com. They got all kinds of stuff for your slabs in an effort to get them out of those cardboard boxes, get them onto the shelves, and display them beautifully. Look at all this stuff. This is what your card collection should look like, folks. On the shelves, out and about. Tall, nice and proud on your stands, in your rooms, in your man caves, in your basements. Look at that beautiful Ahsoka Tano collection. Good stuff. So anyway, check them out. Collect3dprints.com. They got slabs for BGS, HGA, PSA, SGC, and also mag holders. Link is in the description, as always, to all the stuff. Okay, let's get into it. So, like I said, massive week by PSA. Ooh, it is raining cats and dogs outside. Holy cannoli. All right, hopefully I don't lose power. Yeah, big week by PSA this week. We'll get into the numbers in a second. As far as the complete through dates, if you have not watched my video on the complete through dates, I'll link that in the description as well. Some pretty good information there about how to read this and what this could potentially mean. But one of the big things that I did see in Value Modern, which would be your bulk submissions on modern cards, which would be, I think, is anything less than 2017. From 2017 to like the 80s or something like that. That jumped up significantly. It was August 24th. It's now September 8th. So it seems like they made a pretty big leap there on Value Modern, which is good news for me because Value Modern is where my Hakeem Olajuwons would be. Is it 86? Somebody correct me on that. I think 86 is still considered modern. I don't think it's part of the vintage. It might be vintage. I think vintage is like 50s and 70s and 60s. I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me on that. Anyway, Value Ultra Modern, pretty big jump there. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. Reholders, which I'm not sure how many of you are waiting on reholders, or what they call mech errors. Economy, meh. I mean, it took a 7-day jump, but so did the date that I pulled this. So walkthroughs are still, a couple of days. Super Express is about a week. Express, regular is March, so on and so forth. So anyway, not really big movements there other than the Value Modern, which was kind of refreshing to see. It is what it is. Moving on. Look at that. 180,000 cards that PSA put out last week. Massive week for PSA. It is their second largest week that they've done. And if you look at maybe the last 6 weeks, average is about 160,000 a week. They are putting out 160,000 cards a week. The last 3 weeks, they've been doing almost 180,000 cards, or I guess items, right? Because, this is basketball cards. This is coins. There's also packs in here, pins, all kinds of other stuff. But, just a huge week, man. They keep, I think, I really wish they would do, SGC has done a behind the scenes video. HGA just recently released a behind the scenes video. I did that yesterday. If you haven't seen that, I'll link that in the description. I really wish they would do a behind the scenes video. They are obviously gearing up. They've done a spectacular job increasing their output. Now, mind you, the data that I'm pulling here and my comments and all this other stuff that I'm doing here, for me, is from a process standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a manufacturing inputs, outputs, from a order management, from a capacity management standpoint, which is the type of shit that I geek out on because that's what I do for a living. So it's very impressive for me to see them go from 110,000 or 111,000 cards not more than 2 months ago to now almost, I mean, they're getting close to that 200,000 range, which is essentially doubling their capacity within like a 3-month period. If they continue on this path, and let's say they have a target to double their capacity, they're almost there. I mean, they will be there by the end of July. Now, mind you, today's the 29th. So there's really no, I have some predictions on what they're going to do July 1st for the reinstatement. I think I've already talked about that. But, I really don't know what, I have nothing bad to say about what they've done in terms of increasing their productivity and increasing their output, because they have done substantially well in terms of that alone. As always, the big players are basketball. Basketball's huge, and it's no secret that basketball is kind of where you want to be in terms of financial flipping. If you're flipping cards there, and football as well is another big one. But I'll tell you what though, where's soccer? Look at the soccer cards. They were grading 122,000 soccer cards a week. It's now almost 200,000. People are submitting some soccer stuff, believe it or not. Football's always been big. Basketball's always been big. Would somebody, for the love of God, send a coin in? I just want to send a basketball. I want somebody to send in a basketball coin so we can see this number move. Somebody send in a basketball coin. That way you guys can get some... can get a shout out. Somebody sends in a basketball coin and tells me, and then we see this pop count move, I'll give you a shout out. That'd be dope. just to watch it move. Or this one too here, non-sports coins. That one would be kind of funny. Just to somebody send in a coin. Anyway, no, but I think they're doing great. So what does that do for the actual? I mean, we got 2 days until their July 1st date. And even if they had a 4 million card backlog, which I think we all can collectively agree that it's closer to 8 to 10 million, these catch-up date estimates are almost irrelevant because Nat already came out and said, hey, look, we're not looking to get caught up. We know we're not going to be caught up. It's still going to be another year before we catch up. And he knows that, and apparently they're okay with that. So if he said it's going to be another year before they get fully caught up, then we're probably looking at closer to the 10 million range, which is probably going to be somewhere next year in March. Which is fine. It seems like they have already seen that, they've accepted that, and it is what it is for them. But at some point I will stop doing these. Just because it's no longer, once they get to a point to where turnaround times are good and all that stuff. But I still think for me this is interesting. But 180,000 cards this week, which is massive. I'm going to predict 185,000 for next week. I think this is kind of like their new floor, which is really good. I think they're probably going to do close to that, if not a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. I think it's great what they're doing here. There was another thing that I wanted to pull up, but I think I'll save it for another video. I'm going to go ahead and if you made it this far into the video, which the video would be short, be a 10-15 minute video. But July 5th, I will be releasing at 6 p.m. I will be releasing the population, the gem rates, and PSA 9 rates video. I'm going to put that together this week. I think I got enough data, or enough of a data set, and I've made enough conclusions off of it that I'll go ahead and release that. I was going to do it as a live video where we can chat and talk about it and interact and all that stuff. But I don't have any of that all set up yet, and I'm not 100% confident that that's going to go smooth if I was to do that. And I would hate to do that for something that I've been working on so long, like that gym rate video, gym percentage rate video. So I wanted to go ahead and still do that on a video. So July 5th, mark your calendars, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will release the new gym video. I know I've been talking about it for quite some time. I just wanted to pull a good data set for it. I have all the data now. I'm just the next week, I'm probably just going to be working on putting together some visuals, some charts, things that we can talk about, or that I can talk about and go into detail about. So I'm going to forewarn you guys, it's not going to be a short video. So, I'll try to keep it. This will be probably the first video that I'll do that, we'll take bullet points and stuff like that. And we'll work through that. But at the same time, what we'll do is we'll run through the video and put the data out and go for it from there. You guys see my kid back there? I think, what were you about to tell me, buddy? You told me you pulled your tooth out, didn't you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You're kidding me, bro. Dude. That is. Did you pull it out?
No.
Who pulled it out?
Mommy.
No way. Go wash your mouth out, dude. Get some salt and some water and go wash your mouth out. I'll be right there in a second. All right, folks. That's going to do it for this week's update. Daddy Duty calls. Like I said, I usually try to do these videos when my kids are not here. But, occasionally I got to do them when they are here. But it's all good. So we got 2 teeth. That's 2 teeth, right, Max? 2. Nice. My boy's 6, gonna be 7. He lost 2 teeth already. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I was gonna try to keep these short and sweet. There really isn't much that you guys don't already know. But follow me on Instagram at Retro Hoop Breaks. Send me an email. Leave me a comment. What do you guys think about PSA's progress so far on all this stuff? That's it. Love you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next update. Peace. All right, dude.